Hi, I'm Joe Ellison, and I'm back after a hiatus of several weeks to read to you an eighth excerpt from my second Snarkey Putts Paranormal Attorneys-at-Law adventure, The Case of the Ghastly Ghostwriter. And before I start reading, I just want to comment that, I print out a couple of pages of text so I can read them to you, and Snarkey Putts number 2, Ghastly Ghostwriter, has already been uploaded to Amazon. It's ready to be published. It's going to be coming up. It's going to be available to you, within the week, I think. And what do I find on these pages? A typo. So I correct the typo, and then what do? I rewrite. It's bad enough being a self-published author, but being compulsive on top of it makes things rather difficult. But anyway, let's get going. Damn the typos and full speed ahead with the excerpt. Putz looked for the kitchen door. Just as his eyes settled on it, it swung open, and a big man with a craggy face swung through it. Johnny, when you finish. Andy! Andy Putz, isn't it? Miliori advanced on Putz, jutting his hand out like a rhino's horn. What brings you back so soon? He impaled Putz on his handshake. Good to see you, Frank, Putz struggled. What's up? I need some help, Putz lowered his voice, about the Meningers and the dames. Miliori took Putz by the arm. Let's talk in my office. Wait. The restaurateur in him caught the yearning in Putz's eyes. You hungry? I missed lunch. Then we talk in the kitchen. Miliori switched directions and led Putz toward the kitchen door. It was like rolling a ball downhill. Through the door on his left, Putz saw a cork-tiled wall, push-pinned full of photos, schedules, notes, federal notices about wage and hour and workplace discrimination rules, wine bottle labels, and a no-smoking sign. Opposite it, on his right, a long counter ran away from the door. 3 order carousels hung from the ceiling in a row over it. Miliori pounded on the counter. Angelo, what have we got up? A scraggly bearded middle-aged man in a wrinkled white cook's jacket turned from the gas range behind the counter. The half-burned cigarette hanging from his lips flipped up and down as he talked. We got the shrimp scampi appetizers going and the buffalo chicken wings. No steamers? Asked Putz, anticipating disappointment. Those are on order only. Clams get too rubbery if you leave them on the heat. Putz wondered. What about shrimp? They get rubbery too. Angelo turned back to the range. But people aren't as finicky about shrimp as they are about clams. Miliori pointed to his temple. It's knowing your customer's psychology, Andy. Everybody eats shrimp. People who eat clams are more into seafood. They're more particular. But the shrimp's good, and for you, it's on the house. You want some? Free shrimp, even if a little rubbery, sounded good to Putz. Sure, I'm starving. Angelo, Miliori commanded, a plate of the scampi for my friend. They sat at a little table in the far corner of the kitchen, away from the foot traffic. Miliori grabbed some silverware from a rack, piled a plate with hot rolls, and snatched up a little ramekin full of butter. He set them before Putz and sat himself down across from him. Still, the table was so small they were practically on top of each other. Okay, Miliori conspired. You got my undivided attention for the next, he glanced at his wristwatch, 15 minutes. What's the problem? Putz broke a roll in 2. He pointed his butter knife at Miliori's nose. You are the problem. Me? Miliori pointed an innocent finger at his own breast. Why me? Because, Putz turned his knife on the butter, you didn't tell me you worked for Professor Vaughn. Professor Vaughn? That's ancient history. What's he got to do with the dames? Putts buttered. You know what the connection is. Do I have to say his name? Bigelow, Miliori muttered. I told you the name makes me sick, and I don't like to talk about cases I've handled, on the force or off. It's bad practice. I was a pro. A pro learns to forget things. Putts chewed. This, he swallowed, you've got to remember. Nothing stopped you from talking to me about, he hesitated, Bigelow before. What's the difference? Before was gossip. Now you're talking about my cases, my investigations, confidential stuff. If you want to stay out of trouble, you learn. Shut up about that stuff. You forget about it. You don't chat it up. Shrimps up! Angelo slid a plate of scampi in front of Putts. Putts checked it out and looked up. Can you bring me a little extra sauce? I love garlic. Picky, ain't he? Angelo assided to Miliori. Anything else? I thought you said something about buffalo wings, Putts added. Angelo looked down on Miliori. Miliori nodded. Bring him extra barbecue sauce with those. You know he's going to ask. And that's it for now. So, if you'd like to read more Snarkey and Putts, then just click on one of the boxes that's somewhere around my head right now. And if you'd like to take a look at some of the other things I've written, follow the links to my website or to my Amazon author page or other places that are down below in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. So long for now.